Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, introducing you to my Mass Effect 3 Insanity Difficulty video walkthrough. This is Sanctuary on Horizon, and yeah, pretty good level. So, this to me actually epitomizes what Mass Effect is. This is one of those levels that I think really embodies just the whole, what Mass Effect is all about. You're landing on a planet. You're entering a facility that looks like it should be a tropical paradise, but for some reason there is something really wrong with it. You're not quite too sure what. You make your way through the facility and everything is explained slowly to you, and you realise the true horror that what has been taking place. And to me, if that is not like the pinnacle of what Mass Effect should be, I don't know what is. The only thing other than that is probably more, more iconic to the Mass Effect experience is the whole techno space rave nightclubs. That is the only thing that is more Mass Effect than this. And as soon as this fight starts, a bunch of phantoms are going to jump off that balcony, and if you can hit them with whatever you can to take down the barrier, and as soon as the barrier is gone, if you hit them with the singularity, you will be able to float them. And from the multiplayer, I've learnt that Overload is really good at taking down barriers. I didn't realise it was, but it strips the barrier of the phantoms really quickly. So will Carnage. Carnage is good as well, and as soon as she's lost her barrier, she's a piece of cake. If she gets close to you though, you want to be real careful, because this game gets clunky as fuck when you've got ninjas flipping around your ankles. But once you've dealt with her, there'll be a bunch of standard dudes up on the balconies. There's a nemesis there, so be really careful of her, because she can instantly take your shield, and there's another one actually. There's two nemesises. And this is one of those things where they're not hard to fight, they're just cheap, because they'll take your shield and somebody else will finish you off. But as long as you can take down their shield, you can then singularity them, and there's nothing they can do. They're an easy shot. But there is only one real challenging fight on this area. Maybe two, depending on how comfortable you are with the enemies, but it doesn't come until really close to the end, so you shouldn't have any real issue with the majority of this mission. As per every other area you've explored, there will be credits to be found, there will be upgrades, there will be information, and it all depends on your investment with the story and your character. If you want to look for that, if you don't, you can just power it through, and the level will probably only take you about 15 minutes. But because there is some downtime to it, and a lot of this is just going to be killing the standard Cerberus guys, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the multiplayer, the experiences that I've been having. Because I've noticed a lot, and I've not played too much, but I'm enjoying what I'm playing. And the first thing I notice is the score. The score on the game is kind of biased towards abilities rather than guns. And what I mean by this is, like, if your character is focused around shooting an enemy and you're pretty good at shooting games, you're probably still going to not lead the lobbies. And I know it doesn't matter, because the score itself is almost completely pointless. It's more of a pride thing than anything else, because if you're getting pissed off that somebody's stealing the kills, it doesn't matter. You all get the same experience at the end. If you have 25 assists and somebody has 75 kills and you're like, that dude's been stealing my kills, it is fine. Aside from the fact that he's either an aggressive player or he's using the abilities that work, you'll all get the same stuff. You get the same money, the same experience. It's not a big deal. To somebody like me that likes to go into a game and lead the lobby, it's kind of a big deal. And you can't win against certain setups. There's nothing you can do. You can have the best aim, you can literally see the spawns, be in the thick of the action, and the gun will always lose. And it doesn't matter if you've got a level 10 gun or the best gun on the game. Unless you're getting really lucky with getting the last shot on the enemies, you're going to lose out. And there's a couple of setups to watch out for that more experienced players are using, and it's just destroying in points. It's getting them so many points you can't even keep up with them. The first one, which is an obvious one to spot, is if you ever see a Vanguard who isn't carrying a lot of weapons. You see a Vanguard with a heavy pistol, chances are that guy's going to lead the lobby, because he can keep spamming that biotic charge and that Nova, and it's going to keep getting him points. He's going to be always in the thick of it. He's going to be taking all the kills. He's going to be getting all the score, basically. And I have tried, like, full-on try-hard mode with a Sentinel, a level 18 Sentinel, and I was using a heavy pistol and spamming throw, and I still couldn't keep up with this kid. It was ridiculous. Like, I even used both my rocket launchers, and he didn't use one. He was just, like, 10,000 points in front of me every time. And there was nothing I could do. And other games, I've led lobbies by 40,000 points. I've had, like, over 100 kills, and then the person below me didn't even have the 50 kill medal. And I couldn't catch that guy. And another one that I've noticed as well is the assist characters. Characters that can cause the biotic explosions, or the ones that just get a lot of assists, they tend to really lead, especially if they've got a good gun to finish enemies off, or if they've got an ability they've spec towards. And, like, if you have 2 Asari Adepts, you're not going to get any kills. It's just not going to work. Because the first guy does a move, the second guy does a different biotic move, they get a biotic explosion, one gets assists, one gets the kill, and every enemy is just going to get it smashed by those explosions. You don't have a chance to shoot them, you don't have a chance to join in, it's just like, you can't keep up. It's really strange. And it almost makes me wish that there was more to the scoring system. It makes me wish that there was actual ways that, you know, skill could prevail over ability spam, but there really isn't. And, like, a lot of people might not think it's important because at the end of the day, like, people play for fun, I get that. People play for leaderboards, I also get that, even though the leaderboards on Mass Effect are fucking stupid. It's like, who's got the most time and the less life? It's like, yeah, I have no life, no girlfriend, I'm #1. And I don't think you should ever reward time and patience, you should reward skill. But that's just my take on it. But, like, they've got a kind of a prestige system, but it's pointless, which is gay. And I don't get that. And, like, the level cap is 20. And it takes about 3 hours to get to level 20 if you've got a decent team. It can take less if you're smashing silver. And to me, that's kind of stupid. What's the point in capping it there? Why can't you get your character to level 200? Why do you have to go back to 0 and re-level up instead of just being able to level further? I don't understand it. And why is there no fancy emblems, man? If you're gonna go the prestige route, give me something fancy to look at. But this is the first Banshee encounter of Horizon, and she's gonna really rush in with her biotic charge. And if she's looking at you, that kind of sucks, because then you have to be evasive or you'll die. If she's looking at your team member, that's really fun actually, because you can generally damage her enough to stop her from charging, and then she'll just do this slow walk. Like she's Michael Myers, and he always walks the same pace, and there's all these 18-year-old girls with big boobs running away from him. They're all, you know, track masters, running left, right and centre, yet they'll turn a corner and he's already beaten them there. Because, you know, whatever shoes he's wearing, the slow walk is like teleportation. It's craziness. But the reason you might have trouble with this fight is because of the Ravager the Ravager, sorry, that's backing up the Banshee. He moves into that doorway, and if he starts aiming at you, he's going to make the fight annoying. Oh, if the Banshee gets close as well, feel free to change your team's guns, because for some reason they never change guns. They just don't want to do it. Like, if you have the choice between a heavy pistol and a submachine gun, the AI will always pick the submachine gun, even though it's like, you know, fertilizer. It does fuck all. It's garbage. And same with James at the moment. He's got an assault rifle and a shotgun, and his shotgun's really powerful, yet he didn't put the shotgun on to attack the Banshee up close. Why would you not do that, James? It makes no sense. But, like, I really don't like the submachine guns. I think they're useless. I actually made the mistake of choosing a level 1 quarry and infiltrator on the multiplayer with the Locust submachine gun, and I shot maybe 400 bullets into one guy and he didn't die. And the entire team around me were dying, expecting a level 1 quarry and without a weapon to actually help the team. It was ridiculous. And one of them was a level 18 soldier. How the hell does a level 18 soldier expect a level 1 quarry and infiltrator to kill more dudes than him? Some people are fucking retarded. But just keep on using your abilities, keep on using your stuff. Like, my Liara's spec towards warp, she's spec towards singularity and stasis. You can mix it up a little bit to get different results. It's all good. And when you move out into this area, make sure you check the balconies, because there are a couple of marauders that like to be a little bit sneaky. I'm not a fan, but I suppose it makes it a little bit more challenging. And just look at that, man. That guy does not fuck about. And right there, you're wondering why I was getting shot so much before going into cover. I couldn't get into cover. There was like an invisible wall. I actually go back and look to see what I was clipping on, to see what it was. And I can't see a thing. It's like, what the fuck was catching me? And there you go. I can't get in, can't get in, can't get in. You see that? That is how much of an invisible wall is around that geometry, stopping me from going into cover. Oh, and people think I'm fussy with the things I point out. My goodness, I could be so much worse. But there's the save point. If you've not noticed by now, every time you clear a room of enemies, there is a save point. It happens pretty much with perfect synchronicity every time. And there's a Banshee in this room, just kind of like dribbling down the glass. I don't know what she's doing. But that's the end of the video, so I don't have to know. I guess I'll see you in the next video. You take care now.